What's going on, Mullen fam? Back with another video. Finesse Monster Activist Boy. Hope y'all enjoyed you guys this weekend out there. One thing I do want to speak on, coming off of this weekend, an event took place called the Occupy SEC 2023, where a group of retail investors gathered from all parts of the country to come and protest at Washington, D.C. and speak on how rigged and corrupt today's market is. These hedge funds continuously having an advantage over retail investors and taking advantage of the system that was built for them in the first place. Shout out to the Marine Activist channel for doing the legwork and getting these people together to make some noise at Washington, D.C. this weekend. And enough is enough. Retail investors have seen enough bleeding in their accounts over the past couple years, while hedge fund market makers such as Citadel Securities can rack up $16 billion in 2022 alone. Off the backs of retail investors, the dark has been brought to light. Now it's time to force these people to do their jobs and make some changes. Occupy SEC 2023. Let's get into the clip.
They are not going to take it anymore. And of course, I'm talking about retail investors who continue to fight against all the odds, against the billions of dollars of power and influence of hedge funds. Their goal is simply to make the system fair. Occupy SEC 2023 has a bunch of those folks. They've all gathered from all over the country. They're in Washington, D.C. today and tomorrow. And joining us live from the protest, Occupy SEC 2023, the organizer, Mike Miner. Mike, listen, I know you don't represent all the apes and all the individual investors out there. You're just a Marine who's trying to do the right thing, and I applaud you for it. Tell us what the main issues are.
Well, Charles, there's a lot of things that's happened in this market, and I've been here for a couple of years. We just see what these hedge funds, these banks and institutions are doing to us. It's not a fair market. It hasn't been a fair market for any of us retail investors. Frankly, we've just fed up. We're tired.
Shout out to my guy, George Donahue Stocks over there holding it down.
Tired of it, and we want to see change happen. And so that was a part of me getting together and gathering up and start talking about it about 5 or 6 months ago. And we need to get out here. We need to get boots on the ground, and that's exactly what we're doing out here. We probably got 75, 80 people out here, Charles.
Yeah, no, I love the idea of boots on the ground. Here's the thing. You talked about these hedge funds. So yesterday, South Korea imposed a $10 million fine on Citadel. They said they disrupted their market with high-frequency algorithms. Citadel made $16 billion last year. And I just wonder, do you believe the Securities and Exchange Commission will ever do more than maybe levy an occasional fine when it comes to these folks and make the excuses like they have been?
Well, that's exactly what they're doing. And, our hopes is we want to, what I want to call lobbying. All of us out here want to lobby against Congress, lobby against the SEC, because there's things that they can do. There's things that they have the access and the power to do. And that's why we're here, because one of the things is we want to see Congress put together a team of people that will actually investigate this, maybe put in some rules and regulations back into place that can stop the stuff that you just talked about, Charles. And it's only going to start with us demanding that.
I work with individual investors all the time, and I'm sure the first thing they tell you is that the system is rigged. And they've seen it firsthand or they've heard about it. What do you tell folks like those at this rally? They're in the market. They may not own a whole lot of stocks, in part because they don't trust the system.
Well, a couple of things, Charles. First off, good for you, because you're the only one that's really giving a platform to the average investor to allow them to talk about, the crap they've been dealing with as little investors for a long time, because no one's really looking out for them. But, at the end of the day, what I tell them, Charles, is do what you're doing out there right now. Write those letters and do those things. But get over this idea that Wall Street is rigged and you can't make any money, because that's just simply not true. You have to have discipline. You have to educate yourself. You have to have a game plan. But if you go into it thinking you're going to lose, more than likely, Charles, you're going to lose. And as you and I know, you can definitely make money in this market. So I don't want new investors getting scared away by stuff like this.
I tell people I think its system is rigged to a degree, and it's an unlevel playing field, but it's also the greatest money-making machine in history.
No, I do agree with that last point, that you can still make money in this type of market, but you have to be aware of all the corruption, the tricks and disadvantages that the market has right now, especially against retail investors, that a lot of new retail investors coming into the market will not be aware of. So that's all I got for this video. Hope y'all find this information valuable. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this with somebody else. Let's have a good week. Stay charged up out there, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm gone.
Go. Blessed in abundance. Look who raised from the dungeon. Still come through in the clutch.